Okay, while you're riding along your little road to Shambhala and your magic buzz, man, just kind of picture this, if you will, you know. A nice little bus, you know, comes Grandpa's way, and a bunch of us get together, a few of us, let's say, maybe a half a dozen. And we go for a little journey, but we make this thing, it's a little motorhomey, you know, maybe school busy motorhomey, whatever, you know. Hippie we are and hippie we'll be, whether we're in a Winnebago or a MCI coach or a Bluebird school bus, man. It's all comfortable to us. Because, you know, it's all the spaceship love anyway, you know. We christen it the Nautilus or something and it becomes so. I mean, come on, you know. You want to rock? You want to roll? You get with Grandpa with a portable Koyote Medicine Show so we can take it anywhere and still radiate this love from however 1,000 feet high we happen to be above the reality, man, you know. Depending on that moment, you see. So we get it set up like that, and then we go rolling on out there towards the Red Rock country and go commune with a few birds and bees and a few ancient saints and souls out there. Maybe here in the mountains, maybe down the street there, put it right in downtown Crestone every now and then, etc., you know. But it's a party wagon, and when Grandpa's around, your ass ain't dragging. It's up and rocking, ain't it, baby? You see?
Rock
Yeah, I tell you, that's it. You know,
Rockin'.
this is our reality. We are the rock. We are then the roll, of course, because they go together. And guess what? One side of you's rock, the other side of you roll. And guess what? When they rock and roll together, holy shit! Watch out, world. It's unwinding all your kundalini. I mean, right now, baby, then how? You see, ooh, when you get it rooted down, you're rising up. You see what I mean, Jelly Bean? That means, ooh, you're no longer turning green. You're becoming the golden blue bright light of the sunlight right there inside your fleshly form, as well as the rest of the reality around you. Of course, you know. Talk about a turn on, man. I mean, shit. You know, they don't make LSD good enough to take you here, see? But Mary Jane will always help you along the way because she's a sweetheart. And she does with her children love to play, if you understand me in the deeper, more cosmic way, man, you know? She's a rascally soul, and she likes the rascally souls that express her, don't you know? That's her living, loving truth, man. She's like an antelope free on the prairie. Just hop around anywhere. Just do it anywhere you darn please. Whatever. Just be happy about it. Whatever it is. Happy little antelope eating on the sagebrush and watching the bunny rabbits hop around beneath their feet. Say, ha, 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 ha. I'm an antelope and you're a bunny rabbit. Bunny rabbit looks back up and says, yeah, but did you ever work at the Playboy Club? Ha, 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 man. See? You got it on out there in nature. You got to watch out for those guys. They're a bunch of smart asses, you know. As you'll soon find out as you come and commune with them, you know. The wild animals of the jungly life of the high desert here in Crestonia, Colorado for the Crestone Internationally Flared Music Festival here in Crestone, Colorado. Starting tomorrow, high noon, the gates open, babies, and if you ain't there, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if the earthly reality can stand the absence of your presence. So to prevent hugely disastrous political disasters, earthquakes and tornadoes one after another, and shit like that, well, I think you better gather your cosmic heart here at the Crestone Music Festival. Be afraid, be afraid. It'll all be your fault if it falls apart and you didn't get here, man.
The tsunami is coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anyway, babies, we know you'll be here one way or the other, you know. And it's a pleasure to rock with your little heart day after day right here in that Coyote way, let alone down there on the parade ground of life we call the Crestone Music Festival. This is going to be a rockin' good time, I guarantee it, man. It may not be exactly the same flavor as the Koyote Medicine Show, but it's coyote just the same, and it's rock and roll just the same. And there ain't any of it lame. These groups that are coming are some that just, I mean, in these days have kind of held the energy of real music together. You know what I mean? I mean, That's all I can say. I'm not going to condemn the music world for being too tinny and artificial or anything like that. There's saints and geniuses out there all over the place putting the good shit out. I know that, you know. It just doesn't get as much airplay as it deserves. So if you're one of them and you know it, man, send Grandpa some MP3s or something and we'll get you some exposure over, you know, get your belly scratched every now and then, okay? Grandpa's just here to help all the rockers along the way. And if you're one of them, well, I want your stuff to play, man. So don't be shy. And don't be overly bloated in yourself, too, you egocentric maniac. I don't blame you for being a bit bloated, though. If I could create music like that, I would be, too. Not realizing, of course, it's the angel in you. I mean, that's cheese. Ask any of the old rockers, they'll tell you that, you know. It's the angels that do it. And, you know, back in the day, you had to get all drugged up in order to hear them and see them and shit, you know, to become that flow so you could be instruments in their hands, don't you know. But boy, once you were, you know, that's where we rooted down the musical world when Elvis and you know, God, Cinderella, hell, I can't remember their names, but these people began to rock, you know, and brought the tribal beat back to music in the so-called white world. Now, I'm not trying to be racial here, but that's the way it was back in those days. The jungle boogie found its way into the heart of the wider expanse of population here, you know. There were angels channeling through these people, the golden voice of love, you know, Elvis, for example, you know. We play him every now and then. We have to wake him up and dust him off, but, you know, he's getting all dusty after all these years, but, wow. The creative talent of his day, a door opener if ever there was one, you know. Just like you are in the right now, you know. He was the king of rock and roll for a little while. What you gonna be, you know? The queen of the libertine heart? I thought so, man. You got that hot-blooded nature about you. I see that, you know. Calm as a buffalo sitting in the grass, and hot as a cucumber burned in the fire at last. See, that's human nature. That's our reality now. You know, we've had exaggerated forms of that, and we've been exaggerated on in the form of that, but, you know, screw all of that unholidayistic dynamic, you know, and make every breath you take and, you know, every day you live a holiday, man, a holy day, man. Holy! We got another day. Let's get on with it, wouldn't you say? And enjoy every little particle of it, man. And don't forget to look for the sweet and the simple, because that's where it is, man. That's where the truth starts to really, really reveal itself. The sweet and the simple are the pure. And baby, if you're pure enough to see it, then be it. Because that's what you are. And in so doing, you become that shining star you were meant to be. And you've known this since you were a tiny child. Scared the shit out of you for a long time, didn't it? Me too. But babies, it's just an avenue. It's just a place to be in. You know, and it's cool too. I mean, we get to do it. What's wrong with that? You know, open the door, babies, and step right up to the plate, you know. I mean, this is the nightclub of the daytime crowd, man, you know. If you catch my meaning, you get my drift. This is what everybody wants, man. It's the party without burden, man. It's the celebration that can only be expansive forever. And it can be as sweet and as simple as you want it to be. Because that's what makes it pure. And that gives us something to party about now, doesn't it, see? You know, speaking of the more modern rock stars, Alanis, for example. You know, I mean, shit. Her name's almost Atlantis, so you know who she is. She's the god of the old realm back there. That time of Atlantis and Lemuria and shit. You know what I mean? Reincarnated as an angel of love in this time frame. And made into a modern pop star, you know, that loves to sing naked. God, and she is gorgeous. If I looked like that, I'd sing naked too. Unfortunately, I don't. But fortunate for you, I won't. But Alanis will let her get away with it because she's got the rock and roll heart, the energy of it. She's one of those that made it in a big sort of way, but carried the energy of the old music to a new dynamic, of course, but kept it together for us. Kept that angelic heart flowing through the musical world so it didn't all get demonized by technology. And it kept some heart and soul and some reality, some tastiness, some boogie-woogie in the tribal beat, some rock for your jungle feet, Get them little fins flapping, baby. Get that ass slapping as you're rocking your fanny off, That's when life is fun. That's when life is a party, always. And then you don't have to be doing it on the outside to be doing it on the inside, But if you are, it'll happen on the outside, too. And you'll become the Creststone Music Festival wherever you are. So don't worry if you can't get here. I was just shining you on a bit there. But if you can, baby, it's going to be fun. And who knows what might be. I'm making no promises, but you feel it. If that's what you feel, well, that's the deal. I think you ought to be here. If you can, but if your physical presence is hesitant and lacks the economic sustenance or the last minute time drop, blah, blah, blah. Gazillion excuses, but if you can't do it, you can't do it, So you just transport your conscious presence over here Friday about noon, 1 o'clock, and party with us for a little while. Get a free sample, see? Share a little of your energy here. Maybe this thing will be, a movement in unity that goes beyond the realms and divisions of geography and mileage and distance. Maybe it's going to be energetically another kind of gathering as well. Perhaps we'll be drawing hearts in from not just, the galaxies and so forth, but the universes all around us. And there's many of them, babies. I know. Just relax, let it flow. Don't even try to conceive of it, and you'll see what it is. Takes a little stretch, I know, but beautifully so. And then you see what I mean by the blossoming of humanity. We're calling in the family, baby, because we are the family. We're beginning to remember now. See. The ones made of love, the pure of heart, the recognition of our true way, our true nature, our true heart, the pure heart. And there's the beginning again. Ain't that funny how it keeps repeating itself? You'd think we were stuck in the beginning forever. Well, if we are, let's make the best of it, mother truckers, okay? I'm tired of all this bullshit of dragging your feet and being big at the country club and little at the bowling alley. I don't care, whatever, man, We all had our part to play, but get over it and let's get on with it, okay? Listen to Alana. She'll show you the way. Brilliant little angel of love coming to you like a star from above, man. And warming you from the inside out the way only a real rock star can do. Powerful medicine for your heart and soul on the Koyote Medicine Show here on the Everclear Hazy Radio Network, dear. HazyRadio.com. We got it on. How about you? Hey, if you're looking back, you must be seeing ahead, eh? How about that, man? Everywhere you turn, you can't do anything but go ahead, no matter which direction you're headed in. Doesn't matter. You can't turn back. You can only go ahead, forward. You learn to walk that direction. You learn to drive that direction, too. Now, some people can do it in reverse with some sense of adequate success, but not for long. Not over long distances, not through time. You see, well, some people think they can reverse time. Well, maybe we have, baby. Maybe we're doing that right now, reversing the effect of time. Maybe right here in this moment, what we're feeling is what we're dealing to ourselves and everyone else in this reality, too. Maybe it all has to do every bit with you. Well, me and everyone else here, too, but all at the center of our own little reality, which is the whole ball of wax, don't you see? That's life lived expansively. And when you feel it that way and then live it visibly present in that way, well, darling, everything else is, fair game. It's at play. It's not in conflict anymore. It doesn't seem to be. It's like a river flowing to the sea. It's got its little swirls and eddies and just all kinds of meanderings in the general stream flow, but the stream flow goes to the ocean, from the mountains to the sea. That's its journey forever, you see. And that's where we be, that river of life, joined in that large cycle of love, including the weather that creates the river, etc., and the ocean that creates the weather, and the winds that blow it all into being. Powered by what? The sunlight. Photosynthesis and stuff like that, you see. See, now you start to understand what it is to be the colorful rainbow of life. You see, it's just a matter of allowing yourself to see that you're made of the same primordial substance as everything and everyone else. Happily so. And you don't mind if there's a little mud in your veins. It's rock with the roll, man. It gives it some feel, a little grit in there. The ocean likes to feel because it's emotion. It's the maternal energy, the mother love. Oh, I know it's horrifying to you patriarchs out there, but give it up. You're worn out old fucks anyway. What good are you to us, as a worn out old fuck? But as a divine heart in motion with all the wisdom of the generations innocently given, well, that's another recipe now, isn't it? Maybe you can become what you pretended to be for so long now. Maybe you can get down off your holy mountain and become whole again and go out and live with people like a real person and share the wealth and energy of your heart and get out of these high and mighty places which what? Aren't so God blessed high and mighty, are they? No. See, darling? We only been fooling ourselves. We had to do something to get through the presence of that kind of undivine way. I mean, shit, why not hold it high and holy for a little while? I mean, nobody's being critical. It's just a place you've been. And to be quite honest with you, you didn't know any better, so nobody's being critical, see? You just got into a role and it fit, and the next thing you know, you're going downhill with it, because you're heading uphill with it and going to take advantage of a lot of people's bank accounts and shit in the process. Well, hey, survival of the fittest, right? Not anymore. What we wanted to be, we always pretended to be, and if we were living that pretend way, it was some representation of the true energy of our heart. So you already knew yourself to be a godlike presence in this reality. And you didn't have to build yourself up one little bit or steal millions from your followers to do it. You could just be okay with everything and be richest man on earth, or woman as the case may be. We're losing that definition of genderization. We keep the representation because it's a joyous thing. But we're a singular flow of life. The mother is in her sons, every one, whether they're expressed generically as female or male. We've learned to put too much definition in that. And it kind of separates us and puts a loneliness and a desperation in our union then that drives us into it, you see. And so even though it's a movement in the heart, it's kind of in an abject sort of way, an offhanded sort of way. Reality would say, man, if we're constructed this way, we're meant to celebrate this way, well, what other reason would you ever even think of such a thing other than as a celebration of the heart, an expansion of your love into the greater part of creation, a union that you've really never held back from yourself, but it sure as hell felt like it. A union of one, an acknowledgement of the undivided nature of the unified way of life. See, that's why how we lose even gender. They're just a practice, an art, a flow, a dance, a celebration. See, and now that you can conceive of that, you see it happening inside of your own sweet hide, see. You don't divide. It's a revision from division. It's an acceptance of a truth, an elevation in your conscious presence, a return home to the place from whence we come, the very center of creation, man. Lived in the most artistic and beneficent sort of ways. I'm lacking words here, babies. I'm trying to exuberate new ones into being. We need some exuberation words, don't we, babies? See? Because exuberantly so do we flow into the art of this living creation and see the art in it. The colorful way, the grand nature of the play, the crown that's on every heart, including the Mother Earth's heart, man. We are the divine presence of our mother in motion. And the Father's united in that too, but it can't be patriarchal. It's just another element of the celebratory light of creation. Damn handy one too. Good one to have around the house. But don't expect him to build cupboards for you. He's there strictly for your pleasure and entertainment, okay? And don't bring him a beer. Make him get his own, man. Shit. Royalty has its price, you know. Oh, we're being very metaphorical. But how does that kind of quagmire, that jungle, that swamp you get mired down in so often? Beer 30 my ass, TV, oh, give it up, man. Find a real life by being the real love that you are. Awaken. Arise out of your stupor and acknowledge that you've been sleep dreaming your way through it, man. In the most unfeeling sort of way. No big deal. Everybody does it one way or another. It was a cosmic surrender of the heart, voluntarily given, baby. You'll realize this soon enough if you don't already see it. And why else would we surrender ourselves to aloneness but to appreciate our highness? Why else would we implant instruments of love along the way, like the sweet Mary J? To remind us, to keep us moving forward in love, despite real degenerative tendencies we adopted in the backwards way. You see? And in so doing, you know, we re-equitize all of life and end any cosmic sense of polarity. And then there can only be expansion, unity, and in unity, expansion. And in expansion, the orgasmic love, creation, the need to live and be creation, ever expanding in experience, you know. Flying on the wings of the sweet white dove that flies above and creates it all anyway, but to some it looks like an eagle, you know. It's still a little white dove. That's the source essence of every being that is. That's the mother love, the father love in motion. That's all of us born of the same heart, a cosmic heart, a little love dove. Coo, 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 ka-choo, baby. How about, look at you. Does the dove do all right by you? God blessed rights. And everyone else too, you know. And if you're unsatisfied with your grotesque bodily form in this reality and you think it's a burden and not a blessing, unburden yourself, find the blessing in it, and it'll come back like a heart attack, Jack. You're magic. You're not stuck in anything, anywhere. And you're starting to realize that now, and in so doing, you're seeing your way out of it. It's different for everybody that lives. Only you's got the formula, and only you can unravel it, baby. Just let it come into being. Again, the willful heart steps out of the way, which was the mind, as we see it, and just lets the heart's energy take its way. The flow of love. Energy. And energy is creation. And the natural feeling and flow of it that we've come to inhabit, to root it down in human form, organically. Coyote through and through, but the most beautiful thing there ever could be. The honoring mother of love in everything that is. How much better can it be? I mean, what you've always desired in every heart was this desire. It gets warped out in other ways, yes. as we live the 3D, but it's based on that true, urgent feeling, mama. You know, every baby feels the separation. After feeling the most blessed moment of unity comes then a cold feeling of separation, and begins the cry in the heart, mama. The return to the mother love. The denial thereof, because it's whacked right into you quite cruelly. Usually, depends on where you get born at, but it happens. Mama. And every urge you've ever had since then, no matter how it's been channeled or controlled or directed, you know, has been based on that urge for mama. Even the sippage of coffee symbolizes the return to mama's loving presence. That's why some people like to sweeten it up with cream and sugar. But it represents the warm love of the mother's ever-abundant breast. And nutrients that never run out, always there, the well that never goes dry, the heart that lives forever in everything and loves herself for it, in himself too. See, that's why I made myself Pope Mary Jane in a way, or got made by the universe into Pope Mary Jane. So I could show you, see, you can still be a male presence and hold both, because both is one. There's no differentiation. The more unified you feel inside, the less desperate you are for any kind of outside, you know, love. Because you create it inside, and outside but brings that to you, you know, manifests it. That's how creation works. Pretty simple, isn't it? See? Oh, Queenie knew that in the way back when. And this is one of our favorite songs here on the Koyote Medicine Show. Goes perfectly with the flow of now, don't you know? Babies, your heart and soul. Heart in particular. For some it's a little difficult to experience that conscious presence even just yet. But allow yourself to do it. And don't worry about others. They catch on soon enough. I mean, if you're cosmic, that's contagious. Very much so. Now you start to see the tsunami of love, how it works, person to person, in ever-increasing volumes of numbers, till even the bummers are taken down, and only the slummers are hanging around, the people of the good heart that are meant to party and rock and roll. And that's all of us, don't you know?